you battle your way back into this one, just can't close the door. It seems kind of like a repeat from last game. What did you see tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't finish around the rim again, turned it over at a high level to start the game, and got down, and then came back with a flurry. Then you got to make all the small plays, like end of the third quarter, we could have had a 5-point lead. I think we ended up with a 3-point lead just because we fall asleep on the last play. And then we start the fourth, and it just became a shot-making contest. We missed about 5 wide-open shots, and they made theirs on the other end of the floor. So, and then turnovers hurt us late.
Dyson Daniels, you talked about him in the pregame.
Mm-hmm.
8 steals tonight. You look over at Trae Young, who really got hot there at the end, too. How challenging was it to combat what they were bringing?
Yeah, of course. Trae Young's a handful no matter what. He spends most of the game setting his teammates up, and then he's a really good closer. He hurt us on a couple blown switches. He got to the free throw line, at a high level. And, Daniels was a problem all night, whether it was getting through screens or getting his hand on the ball or.
You mentioned before the game looking at kind of lineup combinations and things like that. Are you considering any change of the starting lineup given how this stretch has started out the last few games?
I mean, everything's always on the table, for sure. But we also, need to keep looking at lineup combinations as the game goes on too. So.
When it comes to getting Ant and Julius going together, you spoke of the chemistry they had earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Where has that gone awry, and maybe what are some things you have to get back to reignite that?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of that happens early in the offense. I mean, Julius has been doing a good job the last couple of games, really pushing. He does a good job of looking for Ant there. I think he and Ant can pass and chase a little bit more. I think Ant can pass and chase a little bit more, finish some cuts around him. Some pick and roll probably too.
They had a high number of turnovers tonight. What do you attribute that to?
Who, us?
Ant
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Julius, there was a lot of stuff in traffic. They were getting his hands on him. Ant was mostly in and around double teams on the ball. So.
When things kind of spiral the way they do offensively for you guys, is it almost like a self-fulfilling thing where things start to go wrong, shots miss, and then guys maybe try to force things? Is that what you're sensing right now?
I didn't see much forced. I didn't see a lot of forced stuff tonight. When I thought it was defense. Obviously, we couldn't get a stop. I mean, when we did get stops, we weren't able to knock down shots in the fourth. So I didn't see it like that today. So.
Any other questions?
Thanks. Yep.